All right, Rhea, you got number 6, arguing. You're having an argument problem. There is truth and confidence blocked. Vigilant and centered, good fortune, ending pitfall. Fruitful to see great people. Fruitless to cross the great river. You know, I find it funny that 6 is arguing because, of course, the correlation to 6 with the whole Antichrist thing, thus Satan, thus the opposer or the prosecutor, then there's the arguing. So I find it fascinating that that's what the I Ching is for this. Things are not as they should be, so you argue for what you need. Sustenance to be believed or for justice. But in defiant frustration, the creative flow is blocked. Open your heart to the potential for change and a higher perspective. Consult with someone wiser or outside the conflict. What are you arguing for? If you can't win this one, what else can you do? All right. Wood. This is just straight up wood, the element itself. All right. Wood is growth, connection, support, and renewal. So I can't think of more two juxtaposed. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of more juxtaposed, but plants don't argue about anything.
That you know.
Well, I mean, I'm not very patient. I know it takes a really long time for them to say anything. But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially, ants, if they have to translate it from old ants, then they might take the whole day to decide that you are not orcs.
Four of Swords. Four of Swords. So you just kind of recently had some heavy news come across your mind, come across your desk, if you will, and it's taken you aback, and you're reflecting on it a little bit. You know, it might have. There's a strange, almost kind of like death-like vibe to the Four of Swords, whether it's this card or the Rider-Waite-Smith Classic, which shows a character practically lying in state. Okay.
So she doesn't resonate with the arguing part, so she is arguing about it.
Gotcha. Gebo has popped up again. Right? So whatever has been going on with these arguments, you're in a state where you're kind of taken aback by kind of like maybe one of the last ones you just had, right? Where it was talking about a matter of just simply like whether the job was done properly and adequately or not. Like, because we're talking about the law of Gebo in play here. In our origins in school, what's going on? King of Wands, right? So this is coming from a place of like how you like to do things. There's a way that you like to do it. And the way that you like to do these things, it's deeply related to your sense of self. Here's your soul, right? It's that little spark that comes with what you do, right? What is this worth to you? Which in this case seems to be a job. Nine of Cups. This is a fucking satisfying place. You're really effing like happy there. It puts you in a good mood. And either you've been there or you want to be there for a while. You've got Yera, right? It's just like Yera is absolutely about overcoming arguments in order for it to work, because it's your ability versus someone else's ability. It's Kenaz and it's Kenaz, and they're finding out how they fit together.
This is interesting. She actually says that she would like to do something else, actually.
Okay. It must be, it must be picking up on the dream of it. Right, because with the Nine of Cups, it's a dream kind of card, right? Because you see how this moon dust is going straight to her head, right?
I mean, these readings are open to interpretation, of course. You know, they're not set in stone.
Right. Strength. So you're basically just looking. You're just looking at this position in the future where you're strong position. You're going to be. It's kind of like big adult responsibility dumped on you, and you're perfectly ready for it. And Othal, and you've got to make sure that you have the right place to do these things that you're good at, right? This thing that you can handle, make sure you've got the office for it or the home for it or whatever it is, right? So you've got this argument with people at work. You need to continue to go through your growth and to make sure that you are planted in the right place for that. So you've been kind of lying in state thinking about it as you have seen the manner of how things are at work at present, which all of this came to arise because of how you took charge from a place that was a deeply kind of heart-centered place. But over time, you've daydreamed kind of for a better situation. And this is just letting you know that, this is overall, it's talking about this nonsense with work that isn't good for you. But this reading overall is good. There's no reverse runes. There's no reverse tarot cards either. And you land the plane on Othala and strength. That's a recipe for success. So you're going to have the strength to deal with these things, and you're going to have the place that's most appropriate to deal with these strengths. Make all the right decisions.